this session is very interesting. This is all about diamonds. So why take such a long for a diamond from, a rock that we call to bling? So I have with me Tamara, who's a very well-known designer. She's a gemologist, and she's the founder of her own jewelry brand.
Yes, Taya Jewelry.
Thank you very much, Tamara, for accepting our invitation and being
pleasure.
here.
It's my pleasure.
So when we talk about diamonds, everybody knows that diamond. It's expensive. It's got different facets to it. You being a jewelry designer, what is that inspires you and your jewelry?
So, for example, what inspires me, anything can inspire me, like architecture, flora or fauna, which is basically like flowers, nature, and also fauna, which is animals, humans. But I'm very, very interested in architecture actually, and flowers. So in my designs, you can see it's a bit edgy, but at the same time, it's a bit feminine. And this is what I'm all about. I like my pieces to highlight a woman's femininity, highlight her beauty. In the same time, I like items that are vintage. So I go into more with the traditional Art Deco type of jewelry. I'm not into trinkets actually. I'm not against them. I mean, I do create them for my clients when asked. And that might make my jewelry feel or seem a bit eccentric, but everybody has his own taste. And
So Tamara has got a very interesting story about from being a gemologist to going and studying in Belgium about diamonds. What was that that inspired to be, being a jewelry designer and starting your own brand?
honestly, it's been in the back of my head since 2005, since I just had entered university, but jewelry design was not something given. I ventured into going into taking business courses. I finished university, I did my MBA, and then I was like, you know what, I want to do this. It's never too late. I was probably in my late 20s. First, I wanted to learn about diamonds. I wanted to learn about gemstones. I didn't just want to become a jewelry designer that doesn't understand what they're working with.
Yeah.
And especially manufacturers are no joke. Being in the B2B world in gold and diamonds, if you're not rough, if you're not tough, you'll just
Absolutely.
taken aside.
Because manufacturing, is a very different ball game.
Yes.
And maybe probably you have something in mind, which when you put it into a manufacturing, it doesn't work.
100%.
So what's your, take basically when it comes to design? How do you start it from a drawing board, or do you use any CAD or sketches?
I'm very
something?
old school.
Okay. No, but it's very important
yes.
because
Yes, CAD is important, but I don't like work. I do work with CAD as a
no, but what I'm saying is
Yeah.
what you do is very important, is
Yes.
because you should start from a sketch, basically.
Yes. So 100%. I'm a sketch kind of girl. I sketch it. I sketch it like 2-3 times. I might even change my mind later. I take it to my manufacturing company. We sit with the technician who is responsible into transferring that to CAD, and then we take it from there, measurements wise, etc. It's a long process. It's like a month and a half to create a piece, let's say.
Yeah, and what sort of timelines do you look at when you're creating a design? Because I understand a manufacturing would take 4 weeks, but the thought process, the design, I understand it's very difficult. How long does it take?
Honestly, I once created a whole collection in 4 hours. I was very
4 hours?
upset. Yes, I was very upset. I had been turned down by a very, very important guy in the manufacturing, let's say, world. And I went back home and I was so upset, and I just sat, and I think I just went and drew a whole collection. And another time it would take me like a month or 2 months to put something together. And sometimes I'd start a collection and stop, and a few months later continue it. It's like art, it's like an artist trying to draw a painting. You can't finish it in one time, and you need anger, and you need something behind it to create it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I see you're wearing lovely rings. Are they designed by you? Or,
Yes, these are actually, this is my design.
Okay.
But these are like your classic
It's kind of a
bands.
twist because it's
Yes,
yeah, it's
yes.
not.
I
okay.
like things that don't show how they're hanging. Let's say like invisibly hanging
So how did
there.
you design this? Can you tell a story about?
I think that I really like how a woman's hand looks, and sometimes I think rings are very bulky when you have the whole shank showing. So the first time I designed this type of ring was like 2 years ago, and I did it with a gemstone.
Okay.
And it was so beautiful because it seemed like the gemstone was floating just on the fingers. And then I decided to try it with diamonds. It's just like I like a woman's hand to be as feminine as possible.
So are there champagne diamonds in there, or they are
No,
yellow?
this
or-
is white FG color,
Okay.
pear cut.
Interesting.
Thank
And
you.
when it comes to technology, we have seen that it's been tough times.
Mm-hmm.
Has the technology really helped your designing? Is there anything that is, that's come out from this whole whatever we have gone through?
100%. I mean, times are always with designers. As time passes and as technology increases, it's easier for us to implement our ideas faster. So for me, as I told you, I'm an old school kind of girl, but I have a lot of my jewelry designer friends where they use these special apps to draw on. I'm not so into that again, but yes, it's very, very easy to get your idea now on the computer, and from the computer I know that they print it on wax, etc. So it's just easier now.
Yeah, because even if you look at from a designing stage to a manufacturing stage, things have really improved.
100%.
There's a lot of precision in there.
Yes.
What has been your toughest design that you worked on, and how long it took, and was there any sort of an issues with the manufacturing? Because always there's a
Yes,
back and
there's
forth. when it
always a
comes.
back and forth with the manufacturing, because for me, I'm a perfectionist with my work. So I can't just have anything given to the customer. It always goes back once or twice till we perfect even the slightest thing, like the lock. Is it smooth enough? Is it tough? Is it good enough? Is it gonna fall? I always imagine my consumer wearing the item. Is it gonna be a daily wear? Is it not gonna be a daily wear? This is something that you also have to address to the consumer. I mean, it's a process. You can't just take something from the manufacturer and have it ready just for your consumer.
Absolutely.
And going back to your precision type of question, yes, it's true. This is why I'm not very into CAD myself. When it goes from CAD to wax to gold, sometimes the piece is so precise where you don't feel it has a soul. And for me, I would rather have my craftsman do something without a mold that has a soul. Like even if it's not 100% perfect, but it's a piece.
So it's like when we talk about diamonds, we talk about inclusions in the diamonds. So
I'm
it's
all
exactly
for inclusions.
Yeah, because
For
that's
me, yes.
that's like a birthmark of a diamond.
100%. It surprises me when people want the most perfect diamond.
Internally flawless.
Yeah, and for me, that's you're missing the whole point. Of course, it's amazing. There's no doubt, but I mean, when there are inclusions, they're beautiful. It's like the fingerprint of a diamond. So this is what it's hard to discuss this with your consumer. Like for me, an SI is a good stone, but
And again,
how it
depends
is
on
in
the design and what sort of
Yes.
setting you do, because
Yes.
when you look at the certification, it's very important.
A cut is very important.
Exactly.
Yes.
What metal would you like to work more on? I mean, is it gold, platinum,
No, I would
silver?
like to actually work with aluminum. And this
Aluminum?
is, yes,
Okay.
and this is titanium and aluminum, and it's not something that I'm able to do here. There isn't a manufacturing company yet that works with that, because I work with gemstones. Doing large pieces, gemstone, gold, diamond is very heavy on the ear sometimes, but sometimes you want to execute a large design. With aluminum, you can do that in such a funky and modern way, but you can also incorporate the classic gemstone cut and the diamond.
Interesting, because there's always been this concern that the metal is very important. So most of the diamond or gemstone jewelry is done in 18 karat. It's not in 22 because of the
100%,
strength
yes.
of the metal. So do you think so? Aluminum is going to make a difference, or is it going?
I mean, it's just a new line. All my jewelry for Thai jewelry is VS diamonds, 18 karat gold, but I do want to venture with this kind of aluminum jewelry. There's a very famous jeweler. Her name is Annabella Chan. She's amazing. Her work is phenomenal, and she uses recycled cans, and her work is unreal.
I mean, very interesting thing how we'll end up to this, because my next question was, what's your take on sustainability when it comes to diamonds, when it comes to millennials?
I mean, sustainable diamonds now is like a trend where by sustainable diamonds, we're talking about either lab-grown diamonds or recycled diamonds. As Mr. Richard said, diamonds are diamonds. So for me, I'd love to work with sustainable diamonds, but I do not think I can ever venture with lab-grown diamonds.
Absolutely.
It's just not something that I can follow through with, because I don't know. I don't think it's that valuable as a natural diamond, you know, and it's.
So you think, do you have any customers that have asked you about lab-grown diamonds or CVDs?
Yes, I would.
Or you would like
I would create a piece for you if you ask it, but it's not something that I can put my name on, let's say. But in the same time, I'm all for recycled or reusable diamonds. So I may purchase a diamond for someone who wants to sell it, which this is very sustainable. It's sad that it's 2000 and almost 22 and blood diamonds are still out there, and it's like I can't tell you that I'm getting my items from a very ethical source, because I don't know where. I do know where I get my diamonds, but I don't know where my diamond supplier is getting his diamonds. So it is a mystery to us jewelers, but I hope one day we can really be very ethical in the diamond.
But I think it's they're getting closer to it
They
now,
are,
because there's
they
a lot
are.
of streamlining that's happening.
100%,
with,
yes.
National Diamond Council coming up with an
Yes.
amazing campaign.
Yes,
you know.
100%, 100%.
So interesting. So if I need to get any jewelry piece done, where should I go? I mean, come to your store, or how do you?
First of all, I'm e-commerce based, but I do have a small table in Urbanist store in Al Wasl and Box Park. But I take orders online, I meet with my clients, I make sure that I get to know my clients and they become my friends. So it's always a one-on-one kind of interaction. And that's how it is.
Any new collections that are coming?
Yes, definitely. December, hopefully.
So what's it? Do you want to just give us a small?
As I told you, I had an old collection that I revived, and I have a few items. I'm going to be more focused on gemstones now, because when I entered the market, I mean, I entered first as just solely gemstones, and then I diverged into diamonds, and then I diverged into the enamel jewelry with no diamonds. But my heart belongs in the gemstone area, so I think I'm going to be drifting there.
And what's the best piece you think you own from a gemstone? What's your favorite gemstone?
What's my favorite gemstone? My favorite valuable gemstone is a Paraiba tourmaline.
Okay.
And my favorite semi-precious, let's say, is a lemon quartz.
Lemon quartz.
I love lemon quartz.
Okay, interesting.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Tamara.
most
It's a
welcome,
pleasure,
Ashish. My
to
pleasure.
have you.
Thank you.
And anybody has got any questions to Tamara regarding designing, regarding gemstones, any questions?
Yes?
What's the difference between the last two gemstones that you mentioned?
Oh, so a Paraiba tourmaline is a tourmaline. The stone is called tourmaline, and Paraiba, it's almost the color of this bracelet, and it's very rare and it's very expensive, and it can go up to like a few $1,000s a carat. Maybe like sometimes up to $6,000 a carat. A lemon quartz is a quartz, and quartz is not that precious, but a lemon quartz looks like a yellow diamond if cut in the right way. As you know, Ashish, cutting is very important with any rock, because it can show its brilliance or it can show very plain.
Perfect, thank you.
You're most welcome.
Any questions? Okay, Tamara, thank you very
thank
much.
you,
It was
Ashish.
lovely
Thank you
to
for
have you,
having me.
and wish you all the very best for the new collection that's coming up. And very soon we'll see a store coming up as well.
Hopefully.
Thank you very much. Thank you,
you.
guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.